Safety car deploy, Max. Dash positive, dash positive. As a reference, time lap time free air 18.4. Copy, we're checking, I'll let you know.
We'll be looking at increased turn 12 management. And blue B1 forward. Blue B1 forward.
Okay, so our race at the moment is with Hamilton. He's 2 cars.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Possible debris 5, 6, 7. Stay online.
I think you can go mid-high 16 just to close the gap to cars ahead.
You had 4 seconds to signs on that last lap. Suggest at least 5 seconds to wait for the lap.
Fail 84, please, mate. Fail 84.
1 minute, ignition on. Suggest offset 0, offset 0.
The F1 World Calendar takes us across the globe and back home again. Welcome along to our latest event. Who knows what's going to happen today? We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 14 corners and 3.28 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles per hour. The close proximity of the barriers make accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Our drivers line up on the grid, wanting to write another chapter in their own F1 world journey. How will the story end today? Who will taste victory? We're about to find out.
Well, I certainly admire this driver's courage. This is going to be a really tough challenge, but with a little bit of tactical driving, even some defensive driving, like, for example, slowing down your competitor in the braking zone to take away the advantage that they might have down the straight. That is like playing chess. So play chess with them, stay out of trouble, and this could give you a fighting chance.
Try to put the starting position out of your mind and just focus on the race. let's focus now for the rest of the race. Now use DRS now available. Use your overtake button more, it's time to utilise some of this energy, come on. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Okay mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Well, it was good, clean racing today, but just not fast enough. We didn't hit that target.
We've witnessed some great battles on the streets of Melbourne today then, and they've taken a fantastic win.
And it's one thing to win, but to win like that in total dominant style, that was a fantastic drive, and it is not one that we see very often.
Here comes your top three making their way down to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula One. Well, what happened on the track today will surely, no doubt, come back to excite us once more. Well, I don't know about you, but
Try to put the starting position. Okay, the start was fine. Let's try and move forward. I know you're a racing driver and it's tempting to push hard all the time, but you've got to pick your moments more carefully. Okay, DRS is now available. Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. Final lap, push, push. Mate, that wasn't good. We didn't hit our target and we got involved in a whole load of scraps.
a great race then and a fan. Well, what... So many races, so many stories. Who knows what the next...
Try to put the starting position out of your mind and just focus on the race ahead. We can still do a good job here today. That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you. DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Great manoeuvre. You made it look so easy. Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap. Mate, that was amazing. Where did that come from? I have never seen you race that cleanly before. Good stuff, and you hit the target.
Another superb Australian Grand Prix comes to an end then, and it's a thoroughly deserved victory. Well, I'm thoroughly... We've gone wheel to wheel, we've seen thrills and spills. Who knows what's coming next? We've got more F1 World action for you today. Welcome along, everybody, as we look down at our grid. Who's your driver to follow? Anthony Davidson, here's a question for one of our drivers on the grid.
Unfortunately, but there are moments where the driver can shine through and do something magic in a car that really shouldn't be in that position. And we see it every once in a while in Formula One. So look, it is against tall orders, but who's to say it's impossible?
Try to put the starting position out of your mind and just focus on the... Okay, we're going to be in big trouble with the stewards at some point if you keep this up. You've got to stay out of trouble now. We can now use DRS. DRS now available. Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Man, I mean, I'm lost for words, and I'm never lost for words.
It's a performance to be proud of from our China. Welcome then to the... Well, it's been glory for some, less so for others, but who...
Try to put the starting position. Let's focus now for the rest of the race. Okay, DRS is now available. You're in the top 10 now, keep it up. got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap. Well, that's done our points and your reputation. No harm whatsoever. Well done, good race.
It's victory in Shanghai, and what a victory it is. The face is... It's not where you start, it's where you finish. So even though it might have been a disappointing start to the season for some, there's plenty... Welcome along everybody to our latest F1 World event. There might just be a single prize for victory, but there are so many stories up and down the grid as our drivers look to make a name for themselves. So many world champions crowned here. Max Verstappen, the last to be called world champion at the end of a race here in Suzuka. But which of our drivers will taste victory here in this F1 World event? Anthony Davidson, here's a question for one of our drivers on the grid who seem to be operating at a lower level than some of the other drivers here. Is this too much of a challenge for them?
Well, look, Formula One is a challenging environment, and sometimes it does get the better of drivers. We've seen that so many times in the past. But look, you've got a good team of people around you. It's now time, if you're that driver, to pull on that experience of the ones around you and just try and re-energise yourself and work on the weak areas.
Try to put the starting position out of your mind and just focus on the race ahead. We can still do a good job here today. Okay, the start was fine. Let's try and move forward. DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. Brilliant, nice move, keep going. Right, we need to get past here, use overtake, use overtake. Okay mate, this is the final lap of the race, final lap. The car behind started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Maybe it's best we just never speak of this again.
That's it then for another... A show-stopping... Well, what a brilliant day of F1.
Got ready for the night in. She's heading for the lights, but she's...
That start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you. Now use DRS. DRS now available. Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff. Well, you hit the target, and I'll take that, but there were times in that race I didn't think you were going to get to the end.
They've done it then, here at Suzuka, a brilliant win on the beloved figure-of-8 circuit.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
Here comes your top three, making the... And it's been another brilliant F1 World Grand Prix. What a joy it is to follow these drivers throughout the season. So why not join us again next time for more of the same?